everyone. Welcome to the MIP Digital Fronts. You're at the Dailymotion session. As you know, this is the first time we are doing these digital fronts. So you are clearly the trendmeisters. So give yourselves a little pat on the back, how fabulous and ahead of the game you are. This is the reality. This is what's happening, and you are part of it. So welcome. The MIP Digital Front is designed for digital entertainment executives. It's the first international digital content marketplace for production, distribution, and acquisition of high-quality original content produced exclusively for online audiences. I am Amber J. Lawson. I am your host for the day today. I'm the CEO of Comedy Gives Back, which is a social benefit enterprise leveraging comedy and digital to benefit local, national, and global charities. We actually partnered last year with Dailymotion. They were our distributor for our live stream 24-hour global digital telethon that benefited Malaria No More, and we won the IAW TV Best Live Event Award at CES this year, so we're thrilled. I want to introduce you to Dailymotion, huge platform. Over the next 40 minutes, Dailymotion, one of the most popular video platforms in the world, with 135 million unique views and 2.5 billion, that is billion, video views each month. They will share what they believe are the keys to developing, producing, and distributing original content whilst letting you hear from firsthand from some of their key partners of what's important to them and how they set about achieving these goals. This is really exciting. Recently in the States, Dailymotion announced their opening of their own original content studio, head by our friend Nick Fortunato. Little housekeeping note. This session will be our break for lunch. So please join us at 2:45 for Vice. But now, turn your attention to this exciting reel from Dailymotion. For the Vice President of International Content, Marc Eychenne, and the CMO, Damien du Chéné.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much, Amber, for the introduction. So my name is Damien du Chéné. I'm Chief Marketing Officer.
And I'm Marc Eychenne. I'm Dailymotion International Content Vice President.
So we are very happy to be here. We could have give you a lot of figures about Dailymotion, but Amber already gave you some rough figures about our activity. So what we want to talk about today is we really want to talk about the content creators, people that make really the passion of this great platform. It was very difficult for us to select the creators that will be on stage with us today. So that's why we've done this first introduction video with a lot of great content that we are very proud to have co-produced during the last 2 years. So as you have seen, so there are a lot of different things. It could be from music, or it could be more entertainment, it could be comedy, it could be a lot of things. And what we try to do is really to stay in the entertainment field. Today, so we want to talk about the content, about the story behind the content, and about the people behind the story. So we have two partners. Maybe rather than to talk, we'll just start watching a short video about our first partner, and then we'll welcome him on stage. Welcome, David.
Hello.
So David is one of the founders of the Freeride World Tour. So David, just what's your background, and how did you come to have this crazy idea to organize such an event?
Well, basically, we started 19 years ago in a ski resort in Verbier, where basically we just went down a mountain, and when we arrived at the bottom, there was a few people on the side of the slope looking at us and saying, "Oh, that's amazing what you did." And I said, like, "Oh, if those people like it, maybe we can do an event." So we started an event the next season. 19 years ago in '96, and so it grew, standalone event, then a few more events around, and in 2008 we started with the Freeride World Tour, which is now 6 events on a top level, the Grand Slam, and now we have 50 qualifying events and junior events, so it's a full pyramid that is growing very, very rapidly. It's a very young sport, so it's evolving, it's a lot of progression, and it's great content.
So yes, clearly all the images that we saw, that's really amazing. So you can watch these videos 100 times. You have always the same effect when you see this great.
So
great
it's
pictures.
you is boosting our statistics if you watch it 100 times each time.
And we were wondering, so what's the rules of all these races? Because I'm not sure that everyone is an expert of extreme sport and extreme skiing. So is it easy to watch, to understand how does it work?
Well, basically, it's like ice skating. It's judged by judges, so it's a man judging, and we do a lot of content as well on the judging to explain it to the public, so people can understand when they see someone going down a mountain like this, so they can understand why this guy is first and the other guy is 10th. And as I said, it's a very young sport, so it's evolving a lot every year. The judging criteria are evolving because new style, new riders, progression is really a very important point for us. So we don't want to be fixed in a Canva that doesn't evolve, and that's one of the reasons why we want to stay independent. So we are not part of any federation. We are a private company organizing a world tour, so we act as a federation. But we think that the athletes need to drive the sport. So the athletes have a big word to say on how the sports evolve. And there's what we call the Pro Freeriders Board, which is a board of riders validating every decision we make and proposing new rules and new venues to go, etc. So it's evolving very fast, and it's very interesting to be from the very beginning, that run we did 20 years ago to today. It's a very long way already, but it went very fast.
And you have riders from all over the world, or is it still mainly European riders? Or?
No, it's really all over the world. We organize events in New Zealand, in South America, Canada, Alaska next year, Europe, of course. So it's a world tour. It's really all over the world, riders competing to get to that world tour champion title.
And what are the main challenges that you are facing for organizing such event? I guess you must have a lot of logistic issues. That I know that the weather is not always your best friend, and you have difficulties to land yesterday because of the weather. So, is the weather an issue also for the race?
Yes, of course. We are dealing with extreme conditions. We are always very high in the mountains. We need blue sky. We need good snow, safe snow, for the athletes to compete and produce such a show as you've seen on the clip. So logistically, it's very complicated, but I would say the biggest challenge for us is to deliver good content, because we don't have a stadium. It's not like a football match or a tennis match where people can go sit around and just enjoy watching. For us, it's the key is to deliver good content and fast, so people can watch it not 3 days later, but on the spot. So that's why we do those live streaming now, which is a really big step up for us.
So how did you come to work with Dailymotion?
So we always produced a lot of video and photos, of course, but video was one of our main content, both for TV. So we have a full production for TV, 26 minutes, 52 minutes, news, highlights, etc. That we know how to deliver after that many years. And the result of that is the 10,000 hours of TV coverage we get every winter. But of course, with the internet, we wanted to deliver different content, more lively, more fun, different formats in terms of length as well. And 4 years ago, we thought a big step up for us would be to do those live coverage of the events. Of course, when you do live in a football stadium, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's easier. When you do a live on such mountains, with many different cameras, the edit suite, everything is on site at 3,000 meters of altitude. It's a big challenge. So we did a first test, and it worked pretty well. We had quite a few thousand people watching it, a lot of comments on social media, etc. So we said, okay, that's the way for us to go. And that's when we wanted the platform to basically broadcast those live streaming. And that's when we met Dailymotion 3 years ago. So we did a test project, more or less the first year. Worked really well. And as of that time, we entered that partnership together to make it evolve, both technically, but also on the editorial side, to what it is today, which is around 100,000 viewers per live, which is good for us. It's a small sport. It's not football. It's not that kind of numbers, but it's really good to have 100,000 people watching a live of those guys skiing. And most of the time, it's very early in the morning on a Saturday, so we're not on prime time hours. But the result is really interesting, and it's growing very fast.
So live streaming is key, but replay is also key, and especially if you have the race on Saturday morning. So I know that we have also work on the product side to make the product evolve so that you can improve the performance of the replay. Can you say a word, because at the beginning it was an idea from your side. Can you say a word about that?
Yes. So basically, for us, that live feed is now getting more and more the central pillar of all our communication, because out of this live, which can last for 3 hours, the competition is sometimes 3-4 hours long, we have an edit suite on site, so we have the live and we cut it to a 52-minute TV format show, which is delivered straight away to the TV. So the TV can, the same afternoon or the next days, broadcast a 52-minute show. But for the web, one of our key elements was to be able to cut every run. So you have a 3-hour show, which is super long, like the fans watch it, but someone maybe just want to see one rider. So we needed to be able to cut all the runs on the fly. And that's where we asked Dailymotion to technologically do that for us. And it was really, that's where the partnership was very strong, because I mean, you delivered it, you made it happen. And today we have this feature where basically someone in an office online can just chop the live feed to have all those runs. So it's very important for viewers to be able to watch each run separately. And it's also very important for us because the riders, we have 70 riders per race. Then as soon as they cross the finish line, they can get on their iPhone and spread it through their social media network, etc. So if you have 70 riders, each of them has between 500 and 15,000 fans spreading those videos, then it makes a lot of views and it spreads like really fast.
And Marc, so is it something common that just a partner is calling you and say, okay, I want a new feature on the site? So how do you manage that?
It's something that's happening more and more, and actually at the beginning of Dailymotion, the idea was only to create a video player to easily watch video on internet. And we can say that all the features we developed on the player are mostly coming from partners. So from live streaming, pay-per-view solution, being able to easily share the player on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. Most of the features are coming from discussion, and we had that discussion with David and his team. How can we get highlights easily and as soon as possible to be sure that, again, all the players and all the riders will share those videos on their social pages, and that's why we developed that feature.
So what you are saying is that this feature now is not only now for David, but it's something that is available for everyone?
Yeah, exactly. So as a Dailymotion partner, now everyone can run his live streaming on his channel. It was really important from us since the beginning to not develop a specific live streaming platform, but to be able to run your live streaming on the same channel. And actually, with that kind of events and partnership, we can see how efficient it is, because of course, the main piece of the channel is the live streaming, but how many videos you create through that feeder?
For each event, we create around 100 videos each time.
So it's such an easy way to have 300 videos on your channel in 3 hours.
And if we talk a bit about live streaming, so we understand it's very important for extreme sports and for sport, but it's getting more and more popular on Dailymotion. Can you say a word about live streaming? Is it only for sport? Is it all categories? How big is it?
No, that's something we started like 4 years ago, I think, with the news publisher partners. And as said, now everybody is able to do live streaming on his Dailymotion channel. And so it started with news content, sport events, music concerts. And now, in fact, it's the gaming channel that is using that a lot. So gaming is one of the biggest verticals on Dailymotion at the moment, and so I don't know if everybody is aware of what is happening, but basically it's web TV that are creating e-gaming tournament of World of Warcraft, League of Legends, and stuff like that, and so they're live streaming for hours.
Another kind of extreme sport.
And so they're live streaming for hours those tournaments.
So, David, so just make us an announcement yesterday. So, thank you to be here because we know it's a very important moment for you. So what's the program for 2015? Sorry, so that you just announced.
So for 2015, we are going now to Alaska, which for freeriding is like going to Hawaii for surfing. It's a big step up for us. Alaska is very complicated because it's very remote. Weather conditions are very extreme, obviously, up there. So we're going to have an event there, and we're going to do a live streaming as well from a glacier very far away from anything. And our point of view is that we really want to focus on the quality. So every live stream is between 10 to 15 cameras, all connected to the edit suite and the Cineflex. So Cineflex is a gyroscopic camera which is under an helicopter. So all this setup will be in place for the stop in Alaska next season. So that's in our world, it's a big game-changing thing to go there. And really we want to focus on quality and also one of the next steps we're working a lot with GoPro to include the point of view of the rider in the live. So to have a small enough transceiver so you can have it in a pocket, and then while watching the live you can actually see what the rider is doing from the GoPro.
So when will be the next race?
So the next race is next January.
So it's not the best period, summertime for for you, but
so we have events in summertime in New Zealand, obviously, and South America, but it's a qualifying events to make sure that we get the new talents for the coming seasons. So we have those qualifying events, 50 around the world, so we can then have those young guys going up the ladder to reach the World Tour level one day.
Okay, great. Very, very exciting. So thank you very much, David. We are very pleased to have you here. So please stay. We'll now watch another video just to introduce our next talented partner. I hope you will like this amazing video and amazing partner that we will welcome just after the clip.
Check the D-Shop. What time is it? What time is it? Lord, what time is it? Lord, what time is it? Yeah, you look good and you're flirty, and you know you can get on dirty. Boy, blouse and skirty, so just show them gal off you working. 6:30, 6:30, bend your back down to the 6:30, 6:30, 6:30. Touch your toe, gal, to the 6:30. Boom, we don't want a 6:15. Some gal bend over and stick. You want a gal like a gymnastic who can handle the wine like this. Alright then stop. Picture the time on the clock. Wine and go down, then wine to the top. Grease your waistline, then wine to the track. See if you can down out the enemy back. Now good down, look back and let me see. And give me a wine that me never see. And the Hennessy, 6:30. And the body stance that you will ever see. Yeah, you look good and you're flirty, and you know you can get on dirty. Boy, blouse and skirty, so just show them gal off you working. 6:30, 6:30. Bend your back down to the 6:30, 6:30, 6:30. Touch your toe, gal, to the 6:30. Boom, we don't want no other fancy church. None of you whining and no boom flick. All we want is the 6:30. Girl, give me the wine like this. Then shh, come in closer. Up and down like a roller coaster. I go and burn up your skin like toaster. Stick your flat on the wall like poster. 5 past 6 we know all that.
Are we all out of breath now?
Thank you very much, Mara.
Is it on?
So we are very happy to have you here on stage. So thank you for the performance. We just wanted to show a video, and we asked you if you could come with some hoops. And we know that it was not that easy, and especially in the plane. But
They've got a special bag for the aeroplane.
But you have a great special bag for the airplane. So thank you very much. So we've seen a video, but we wanted to know a bit more about your story. So how did you start this passion for hula hoop?
How many hoops you can do at the same time?
Yes, I broke.
Say it again.
Yeah, 160 2 days ago. Let's go. Yeah, new world record. I trained at the National Institute of Circus Arts in Australia. So I have a Bachelor of Circus Arts, which is a degree that you can get in 3 places in the world. So there's not a lot of people doing it. I actually specialised in swinging trapeze, but I also obviously did hula hoops as well. So that's where that started. How do you? So I guess at the beginning it's more like a hobby, or at least when I was a kid, I was doing hula hoop, but as a hobby. So how do He's
you?
actually very good.
How do you become a professional? How do you decide to become a professional?
It was a really strange time. I was studying a Bachelor of a Bachelor of Social Science, Interactive Multimedia at the time, and then this brand new course started called a Bachelor of Circus Arts, which I thought sounded much more exciting than what I was doing. And I did gymnastics as a child and did rhythmic gymnastics, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into. The school didn't know what they'd created. We were all kind of like finding our way. There's a lot of people now, because of things like Cirque du Soleil, and when they're younger and they do gymnastics, they think, oh, that's what I want to do when I get older. But when I started, that sort of stuff wasn't happening. So it was, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into.
And what's the life of a hula hoop professional?
It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of travel. It's not like, circus has changed a lot. Circus is a huge industry now. It's sort of found a new way with contemporary circus. It's not traveling in a caravan, in a little tent with some animals, with, animal protesters out the front telling you that you shouldn't be doing it anymore. It's corporate now. We do, I do lots of corporate events. I do lots of West End shows, theatre shows, videos, all that kind of stuff. And the show that I've been working with for the last 7 years, it's now called La Soirée. It used to be called Le Clique. And we're currently in New York. We've played lots of seasons all over the world, London, Australia, throughout Europe, and it won the Olivier Award for Best Entertainment. So circus is still really relevant, but we're changing as well. And the format of our show is not like a theatre show where you sit. No one's got a concentration, span anymore to sit there for an hour and a half through a show. All our acts are 5 minutes, just blasting one after another, which keeps everyone, it's really fresh and it keeps turning and people are entertained.
And how did you come across with Dailymotion? So the first time that you heard about Dailymotion, when was it and what was it?
Well, it started when I met Marc, who came to a show that I was doing, which was being curated by a French lady, and which was Jan, who was the magician who was in the show before. There was a whole bunch of different acts in there. And Marc mentioned that they were making these videos, and I was like, oh, everyone's making videos, da, da, da. And then he said that it was for Dailymotion. And years and years, when I was a teenager, I used to work in a skate shop. I skated as a teenager, and there was this I didn't even have an email account, but there was this amazing thing called Dailymotion where you could go and watch skate videos, and it was like, all the videos in there were just amazing. It was all exciting, new, fresh things you'd never seen before, stuff coming from Europe. And so as a teenager, I grew up on Dailymotion, and I was like, what? It's Dailymotion videos, this will be amazing. So then I really wanted to work.
And now you know that at that time it was already Marc, specialist in skate videos.
Yeah.
I was in charge of the programmation of the homepage at that time.
And so how do you organize your work between what you do, so all the shows and the videos? So is it something complementary? Do you use videos like promotional tools or? Definitely.
It's really strange performing live. Like when we perform in the show, it's literally a stage. Not that it's obviously a little bit bigger, but it's a round stage like this, and the audience is really close, and they can see us, and you can see them, and and it's in that moment, and there's no filming during the show or anything like that. But having grown up, a lot of the performers I work with are a lot older than me, and the internet terrifies them, whereas I sort of grew up on it. So I always was really excited about videos and how you can reach a much wider audience with that kind of thing. So definitely for promotion, for my website, for my own work, my own acts, and just videos that I've wanted to make. I think one of the first things I did was the Hoop Fighter, which was like a Street Fighter, me in a Street Fighter game, but kind of crossed with Fruit Ninjas. There was fruit flying at me and the hoops are like chopping all the fruit and stuff like that. And being able to make videos like that, which obviously in a live performance you can't do.
But it's a bit more than just, for me it's not just promotion, because it's not like just videos of your shows. You create specific videos. We can see all the artistic approach in the way you are doing these videos. So can you say how you've been working with us, and especially with
Quality
this
novelty?
Yeah.
Yeah, quality novelty is my favorite thing at the moment. So yeah, when I was training at circus school, I was always trying to find a way to define, because it's hard to explain to people. They don't understand that it's my full-time job or that you can make money from it or anything like that. And and watching a lot of videos and stuff like that, I found that the running theme was that it was novelty, but the best novelty, the quality novelty. So, and I wanted to make a show for all the, performers and acts that I know, because I'm traveling constantly with shows. Every time I do a variety show in Zurich or in Poland or wherever I am, you meet a whole bunch of people that can do really strange, very specific things, and just that one thing, and they do it over and over and over again. So they might, in the video, there's a girl that does a hair suspension, so she braids her hair into a carabiner and she hangs from her hair, or guys that do handstands on blocks, or all sorts of different, things. And so I wanted to find a way to record it and keep that moment. So I've now done 2 series, which I filmed in the Dailymotion studios. I've worked in their studios in London and in Paris and now in New York as well. So it's been great to have a way to do it. I've sort of pitched the ideas to Marc, and then through Dailymotion I can make those things happen. So get all the acts to come in, film them all, edit them down into little bite-sized, like the show, into very short videos that just show the skill. And we've done 10 episodes for London, so it's 10 different performers that I know that have all got a really unique skill. Guy that can set things on fire, and an Elvis impersonator that also hula hoops, who's a good friend. There's no rivalry there. And the New York season, we've just done 12 episodes of all the New York performers. So.
And Marc, can we say that Marara is the first partner to have discovered the Dailymotion studio in Paris?
Yeah, that's true. The studio was, well, actually she was really pushy to do that series and to come to the studio in Paris. And as I was trying to sell the company, I was like, yeah, we have a huge production studio, 700 square meters in the center of Paris. And every week she was asking for coming, so at the end of the day I had to bring her there, and it was not finished at all, but of course we opened the studio like 9 months ago, so now it's totally finished.
So we still managed to shoot I think we still shot like 8 videos in there, even though the green screen room was still like half green. we worked around it.
So now it's live. So it's quite big. It's significant in Paris. Can you say, Marc, maybe a word about the studio itself? What we are trying to do there?
Well, basically, it's just a new tool we provide to our partners. So we provide a lot of tools to do live streaming. We provide data, statistics, revenues, and so on. And we saw that as an important and an easy way to develop original content on Dailymotion. So as a partner, you can just go online and access to a calendar, and you just describe your project, you describe the stage you need, because we have different stages. You describe the video equipment you need, and if you need also a team to shoot your project, and you can just book a slot online and use the studio.
So you just have to knock at the door and say, okay, I've got a great project and I want to use the studio.
Yeah. And
As
so
long as there's no paint.
we did lots of different things. Quite recently, we did a political show for the French local election, like 2 weeks ago. But we did also lots of video with Marwa. We have a live stream DJ set like every Friday night, and we do a lot of different projects actually in their studio.
Do you have good snow in the studio?
You should come.
That's the next step. We'll bring the snow. I'm not sure we'll have the big enough slope for you, but. And so, Mara, so what's part of your work that you are doing in the studios? Do you do 100% of your videos there? Also, I think also that you've done some work so outside in the street. And so, what's the part of the studio and what's the part of what you do outdoor?
Yeah, I don't know what the split would be, but there's definitely, like, in Paris we shot some stuff at Cité de la Mode, so, and obviously like the skating stuff I need to be outside so I can, get some distance. But then in the studio it's been really great using the green screen and then blacking out the room and using the LED hoops and all those sort of different things. The space in Paris is genius because it's got so many different rooms, so you can, depending on what you want to do, there's a space that will suit it.
And also what we try to do is to have a space, a physical space to have all the talented people that can meet together. So is it also something important that...
Definitely. The Overdrive Infinity show, which is on the Friday night live stream, I watch it in New York. It's a very strange time, though, with the difference, but it's genius. It's genius because you can, I get to see, like, all the Paris crew are, like, hanging out there, and the videos that they project in the background, because it's all in the green screen room, are always relevant to that week. It's really up to date, and it's constantly in the moment, which I really love.
And Marc, is it something important to try to make different talented people meet together and try to work together? Is it also part of the plan, or is it just more by chance and a good surprise of the studio?
No, it was definitely part of the plan, and the idea is not to just open a production studio. Like there is already a lot of production studio in Paris, so it was to have a cool space where people can meet and share their ideas and try to work closely, to work together and stuff like that. And as you've seen in the first video, actually, there's a lot of projects we already found that have not been shot in the studio. So we don't ask everything to be shot in the studio, of course. We just want to provide a space for people to meet, to develop their idea, to test what they want to do and stuff like that.
And so what's the big next step for the Dailymotion Studios? So we have a big space in Paris, one in New York.
We have one in New York, close to our office in New York, and hopefully, if it makes sense, we'll open one in London soon. I'm working on that because I'm based in London, so I really want to open a studio there. And we'll see, I don't know, we'll see how we'll do that. In Paris, it was really important to have our own place and to have our own space. Maybe in London it will make more sense to work closely with a partner who is also interested in opening a studio and to co-develop that together.
And Mara, what are your plans for the coming months in terms of shows and videos?
I'm trying to get my visa to go back to the UK at the moment. That's number one, which I've got, but I have to apply from the US. I'm still based in New York, performing with La Soirée, 8 shows a week, so that'll be the next few months. But June, July, I'm planning on getting back into London to shoot some more quality novelty, and then also to Paris to try and do Paris quality novelty series while we're there.
And what about a new world record?
Yes.
Is it something important?
Definitely. They're really tricky to get. You have to fill out all this paperwork and stuff, but that's number 3. So
what's the limit in terms of how many hoops do you think?
I'm going to go for 190 by the end of the year, I think. You get different sizes, and then that's how you stack them up. But also I've shot a series of fitness videos, workout videos, which I shot in LA about a month ago. So they'll all be coming out, and I want to really expand on that. At the moment, it's 12 videos, which are all part of a workout class that I teach, which is all done with hula hoops for core exercises, but expanding it into other exercises, different types of exercise as well.
So we'll be able to learn how to hoop.
Definitely. We've already got the boys can hoop video, which is out.
So next time maybe we'll try on the stage. So we've done it backstage just to see if it was that easy. It's not that easy, so I think it will be very useful to have some videos to be able to train at home. and so in terms of shows, so you said that you have a show in New York. So where so if there are some people flying back to New York, so
come and see us. If you email me, I'll sort out some cheaper tickets. The tickets are expensive. But the show's called La Soirée, and it's at Union Square Theatre. My website's marawatheamazing.com or at Marawa on Instagram. And then the show is lasoireeus.com.
And David, would you consider to create a video with Marawa? Because we are talking about having partners working together. So do you see an idea of what could be the next production of the Freeride World Tour?
Yeah, I could see her as a starter on top of a mountain doing some hoops.
We can ski. I can skate and hoop, so I should be able to.
But I just wanted, you said something very important for us about, you said that you provide a lot of support to the partners, typically statistics. Our business model is really based on sponsorship. So basically we have to go back to our sponsors to give them figures. And that's something we've been able also to develop with your team to get some specific statistics on our videos. So we really have the TV world on one side that we work with a lot. We develop a lot of content, but we are lacking typically those statistics that we can get through Dailymotion. So for us, Dailymotion is the perfect partner because you aggregate the audience because you have a huge audience. It's there. But we also have this personal relationship with people that we can work with, develop stuff together. So that's a key point for us. And that's something obviously you don't do so much in the TV world apart if you're the IOC or the FIFA. So it's kind of combining both of best worlds for us.
Thank you very much.
We worked pretty late yesterday night together.
So thank you, Marawa, and thank you, David. So we are very pleased to have you here in Cannes and to be able to have you talk about your amazing videos. So I hope that it was clear to all the passion that you put in the work that you are doing. That's clearly what we try to do at Dailymotion is we try to work with talented people, but also with people with a lot of passion. We try on our side also to be passionate people, and that's why sometimes we can answer phone late at night or during the weekend if there is something specific to push or to highlight on the platform. We hope that for all the people that watch videos on Dailymotion, all these great videos, we hope that also that you can feel this passion. That's really our main topic is to be to have passionate creators working with passionate people for passionate visitors. So that's what we want to be. It's all about entertainment for sure. But we believe that it's something different if you add this spice in the daily work. So I don't know, Marc, if you want to say a word.
No, thank you for the invitation, and thank you for coming, Marawa, and
Thanks
thank
for
you for
having
coming,
us.
David.
It's really Dailymotion are the best to work with for any of that sort of entertainment stuff. There aren't many websites out there that you can
You are
pitch
not
these crazy
obliged
ideas.
to say that, you know.
No, but it's true. It's true.
But we are very also happy to have talented and people like you, and it's also very important to have this one-to-one relationship when you want to work in the artistic part. So the human touch is really important, and that's why. So we try to choose our partners the same way as our partners try to choose Dailymotion, and then at the end we try to make it something special. So thank you very much. Thank you all. I think now it's time for lunch.
Lunchtime.
And see you maybe next year. Bye bye.